do kind of want something to kneel down on. It's a cardboard. So we're basically going to attempt to make some pleco caves from this slate rock that I have. I ordered the slate rock and these pieces from Amazon, and just hoping for the best here out of this situation. No guarantee that it's going to work. So let's get started. So these are food serving pieces, and wow, that's way off. Just noticed the edge on this is like way off on there, but that's alright. Not to be perfectly square, we're going to square it up ourselves. Let's open this up. Little pieces flaking off. I've never personally worked with slate before, so this is my first time. My understanding is stuff's not too difficult to work with. It's quite flaky already. So we got these little feet on here. So remove those, we don't really need those on there. Side the sticky tape down. Got worse in the end. I'll have some serving platters. That's what these were, the serving platters. They weren't too expensive. Sure, I can get that off. I'm not worried about it right now. Alright, so let's check our squareness here. It isn't square at all. It's not too bad there. It's not too bad. And this side's the side that I noticed was pretty bad. So these are almost 6 inches. So they should be deep enough. About, I believe, 10 inches, so that's 7, 8, 9 inches, alright. So, I think what I'm going to do is, we're going to do 1.5 inches, possibly, for the openings. I think that'd be about reasonable. So let's mark a couple of these up. We'll flip around to our good side here. And let's make a couple of marks here at 1.5 inches. Pencil. I can actually see the pencil on here, so that's good. So 1.5 inches, 3 inches, 4.5. So I should be able to have 3 areas here, so let's do 4. And we'll have 5.5 here. Oh, wait, I'm sorry, 4.5, 6. Let's come along here and draw our lines straight down. We're just going to attempt to make some pass-through hangout spots right now for the fry to hang out in. I think that's the first attempt that I'd like to go with. These don't have to be perfect, for my liking at least. They just need to be somewhat nice. So I guess right here will be our first attempt at cutting some of the slate. This will be our leftover piece that we should be able to make some walls out of. So I was thinking like 1 by 1. So I guess we can 1.5 by 1.5. Possibly do 1 inch tall, but think we're just going to try to make some squares for now and see how it turns out. So I guess I'll mark these out as well. That route. 6. Other side. Like this. That would. Show some support, guys, if you can. Alright, so there's our last 2 lines there. Just come across like this. And like so, like this. And that gives us these 2 pieces here. And I'm going to try using this bit here. It's for like tile floor and stuff like that. It's a ceramic bit for the multi-tool right here. And see if we can get this to work to cut this slate rock. I'm not sure if it's going to or not, but we're going to give it a shot. See what happens. So we wanted 4 bays on the bottom, so we can start trying to cut here. This might work. Dust. Fan all the dust that it's stirring up, honestly. So I'm wondering if we get it far enough through, if we can just kind of like chip it off, break it or whatever. We can try wet. We can try and add a little bit of water to it, see if we cut down on the dust maybe. I know this is probably just going to make a soupy ass mess, but let's see if this helps a little bit. Like I said, I've never done this before. I've never worked with slate rock, so anybody in here has, drop some tips. Definitely cut back the amount of dust that we're spelling out here. And should be able to possibly just, nope. Just hoping that we were going to be able to just break it off. I don't want to, definitely don't want to do any damage to it. Pretty close to being through this, so now maybe we can kind of karate chop or something. It's still not working, so boy, this is messy. Let's add a little more water in there. Try to continue on here. of it. There we go. Alright, so there's that piece cut. And we got our nice soup here. That's what they're swipe it on the towel. So we have our first piece cut. Now that we got our first piece cut, we set it aside. And like I said, I'm not really a fan of the dust that this is kicking up here. Grab some of this off of here. Got the sludge. The sludge. I'm sure this stuff probably stains. Let's wipe this off. And this is going to be fun trying to cut these next pieces here. Tap on this to smooth out those rough little edges here. Well, I mean, it's working, but yeah. This is kind of a project here, a little more than what I anticipated on. I don't know about this, guys. I'm still going to keep going. Kind of lost track of my line, so let's redraw our line on here. I anticipated how messy this was about to be. I mean, I had an idea how messy it was about to be, but didn't honestly really think about it. Might be better off just dealing with the dust, honestly. Cutting it. Just the amount of dust. Probably not the healthiest thing to breathe in, slate rock dust. We are making progress. Cut through the floor here, guys. And we got our first sidewall piece. A few more to go here. Wow. bit here. That'll help me distinguish where my line's at. Working. It's just a hell of a lot of dust, and for this big one that I'm trying to make, I do need to make 5 pieces. So I kind of want to dry this off, and I want to get started with a fresh cardboard side here, so we're not in the wet anymore. And then it's kind of gumming things up and making it a little worse, I think. And then I noticed slower takes longer, but even though it takes longer, I am getting some pretty nice cuts, and the dust isn't flying in the air as bad. Let's work on drying some of this off here. Try to have this piece dry so when we go to glue everything together, it'll be ready. I think this is just going to make a nice little pass-through for them. And then I might cut little pieces off the back side, or just have a strip, because I think I'm going to cut the back off, because we don't need it that deep. We're just making it for the little guys for now to hang out in. So I could possibly get 2 out of these pieces I'm cutting, 2 little micro cave style things. And we don't need to put it back, we're just going to make, like I said, a pass through. So I think I'm going to cut this in half this way, because it is 6 inches. So we'll do 3-inch deep caves for the fry to grow up in and play in and hide in. And we'll make our ones I got big caves for the big guys, so let's make some micro ones, I believe. That would be the idea. So that means that I'd be able to use those, and I'd have 4 already out of my 5 by having this. So let's switch sides. I do have some aquarium sealant here. That's what we're going to use to try to seal this up. Let's go over here where we're not going to wet, and let's continue our cut. Closer. Close there. A little hot. I'm going to touch it. piece. I'll cut one more. And we do need our topper piece after this. There we go. So we just cut these in half, like I said, and we'll cut that bigger piece in half. Clean up our edges on this. So that's technically 4 pieces. So let's open up another one of these. Then when we cut this in half, we will have our top and bottom already. So that works out great. Let's cut this piece in half next, I guess. We can have our top and bottom. Pretty much 6 inches. So we'll do a little bit in between here. This is going to give us our top and bottom. Be nice if I could just literally break this. I don't know if it'll exactly clean cut. Maybe because I have the edge in it like that, maybe I can put it on something. I kind of want to waste a piece almost if necessary to kind of test this theory. But I think if I cut majority of the way through it and then kind of like glass, if I put a point on the bottom and snap it, that might actually work. Rather than make all this dust I'm making. The question is, do I want to go down with it or up? That piece is cutting pretty quick. I'm already almost through this piece here. top and bottom pieces, like so. I don't think my lines are, oh, they're on the bottom, that's right. Okay, interesting. Let's cut these in half now, the same. And we need one more. These are basically, it's gonna look nice. These are gonna look nice, guys. I'm actually really happy with this. This is, like I said, this is a mess, but other than the mess that we're making, pretty happy. Still going at it, always going at it, bud. How you guys doing? Thanks for the likes. Hello, hello, hello. Are you a tradie? A tradie meaning like a tradesperson? No, I'm just really handy. Peter. We're making pleco caves, guys, from slate rock. That's what we're working on here. And so far, so good. So we got our top and bottom pieces here. And then now let's cut these in half. Just line these up together like this, even with each other. And go from one side like that. These are a little shorter than the other piece was, so we'll center ourselves like this. 3 out of 6. Do our perforated mark first, I I'm not looking for perfection by any means at all, guys. I'm just trying to give these plecos more homes. We have 4 of our 5 pieces. We need one more piece, you guys. This sucks. We just need one more piece. So let's open up a new one. It's actually quite exciting at this point. This stuff dries pretty quick too. It's pretty warm in here, so. Whoa. Alright, so we had a broken piece. Of course, we're out of our return window, so I can't even try to get a little bit of money back or none of that. That's alright. Because we had a little bit left over, this piece here, so I mean, in theory. Well. So let's cut our 1-inch strip here in this piece. 1.5-inch strip, sorry. And then we're going to go wash these off. And I might cut a couple of these because I kind of want to make a 2-tier. So I think we're going to do a 2-tier style. So let's mark 1.5, 3, and I'm not going to be able to get 5, so almost get and we get 2 out of this one. We only have one tank right now that has fry in it, so this is gonna work out great. Well, I mean, we have 2 technically. We got the 20-gallon in there. So we don't lose our line here. Alright. So let's see here. If we do a 2-tier one and the top one's a little shorter, what are we gonna have to use out of this to do that? Let's see here. Let's say we want at least half of this, and we'll have our 3 pieces left over, which would be perfect for the next one. So we want half of this. Which way did we go with it? We went this way with it? This way with it. I'm going to try to salvage as much of this as I can. Let's measure here. We'll measure. So this is pretty much just a little bit over 6 in that direction. So let's just go, let's see, pencil. Guys, I'm really excited about this. I'm going to have freaking cage for my plecos that I made myself, which feels so nice when you make your own stuff. You guys feel the same way about when you make your own stuff? Just gives you that special fuzzy feeling inside, like, I did that. That happened because I did that. That's how I always feel. So yeah, we'll just go 3. That'll work. I'm not cutting that one. Let's see, so go 3 inches in on these. I'll peel these feet off of here once again. A little over 3 on that. And this is also going to give us, for making a second one, this is going to give us our line, our another topper for a second one of these to be made. So kind of getting enough material for 2 of these out of this one. Because remember, we cut in half this way. So let's see here. I guess we can kind of cheat with it. I believe it was this way. I'm trying not to lose track of orientation here. Yep. So we'll just draw our line right based off of this guy here. Let's throw that. This. Like I said, these don't have to be perfect. I actually like it that they do look a little rough. wait to get to the gluing phase. I'm like super stoked about this. It sucks we don't have an inch and a half down here. Oh, we do have an inch and a half left of material. Oh, this is the other piece. Duh. That'd be why. This is what I was thinking right here. We don't have an inch and a half quite, almost. This piece we do. Our left over. So I can actually mark that out too. We'll do that if we cut or remeasure. So let's do our perforated lines here on this one. Love these DIY projects, you guys. There's all of our cuts. Let's start by doing this. We'll go this way with it first, I guess. So we're cutting the top pieces now. Spaced out about like that. That way. Sweet. Let's get it. Bad. Here's our discard piece. Here's our top pieces. And for now, let's cut these last two pieces, and we just gotta cut them in half, guys, and just glue it together. See how it looks. Dusty than that last one was, guys. Probably should have a respirator of some sort on. I wish I had a tile saw. We might go buy a tile saw after this. I'm actually liking the crap out of this. This is fun. Just cheat. I'm just making one of these today, guys. Jesus. Look at this. Pasty. Slam that like button, guys. We are doing this. We are making pleco caves. So let's go rinse all of these pieces off. So bear with me. We're going to get us a fresh piece of cardboard here. And I'm going to vacuum this mess up. So let me get rid of this piece of cardboard. Let's put these over here. And let's vacuum our mess up. And we'll be able to glue these together. Actually, get the cardboard, but I got our cardboard, but I do want to clean these up a little bit because I don't want to re-dusty them up after doing so. So let's just clean these rough edges up a little bit on here to where the pieces will actually sit flush. You do need to do that. Just help with our building process. Don't gotta be perfect. Does not need to be perfect. Sharp edges so the plecos can't hurt themselves on it. Trust the process, guys. That's all I'm doing is trusting the process. Wow. These look pretty decent. So close. So close, guys. I'm ready to do these together. So mad, so bad. Ow. Just getting rid of corners right now so there's nothing sharp on the edges. Yeah, so rinse these off, guys. We got our new piece of cardboard. Let's vacuum up this mess we got here. We got our top piece here. Got to clean one up. Alright, there we have it. So there's those pieces there. Let's get the vacuum really fast to vacuum up our mess. This is trash. Got a fresh piece of cardboard. Let's throw away our 2 wrappers here. Got our nice amazing dust pile to clean up. here. Use this towel. Wipe some of this up. And I'm gonna blackfoot it. Just try to clean up our mess as we go along here. Let's see, I can wipe off my tool with this same thing. Just wipe our tool off. Got it all over the tool. Keep our tools clean, guys. Don't need to be perfect, just a little wipe down. So we're not transferring it all over the place. There we go, got our tool wiped down. And I'll probably use the same thing to wipe some of this off my hands. Hands are roached from this. Alright. Let's go, let me go rinse these off. We got our Fresh Start cardboard here. And we got our glue here. And let's give this a rinse off. I will be right back. Now we have our clean slate rock pieces. Pulled my towel in on itself a couple times here. There we go. Alright, here's our pieces. Do need to kind of dry them off a bit so they dry faster. Just get all the big majority of water off of it. A pretty fun DIY project. I like this one. hook that these bond together with this silicone frog. So we're not going to be able to place it in the tank for about 2 days, but it should set within like 3 hours, and we'll get an idea of what we have going on with it, at least. Let's hope this next part goes good. Hopefully we don't make a huge mess with it, and that's all it is just a mess. Like I said, I've never done this before. I've never tried to do this before. So you guys are figuring it out with me right now. I have no idea what's about to happen. I know I probably want these pieces nice and dry. So we're going to speed this process up a wee bit too. Got a trick up the sleeve for that. Get the good old heat gun out here. I'll check on the comments in a minute. For now, let's get the heat gun out and let's get as much water out of this as possible with these pieces. That way we know we got a nice bonding surface for the glue we try to set on. That's from my nose, guys. I breathed in quite a bit of that. That's probably not healthy. It just dawned on me to try to see what's in my nose. Got as much as I could out of my nose. Don't want to rush this at all. See here while we're drying these. Ashley Weston, what we doing today, mate? DLT. I don't know what that means, but we are making a pleco cave out of slate rock. So we're making a 2-tier pleco cave for nice hiding places for the bristlenose pleco babies. Just trying to make sure we have nice dry surfaces. Start our gluing process here. And after this is done, move some stuff around and kind of mess with some stuff. They seem pretty damn dry. At least all of our bonding surfaces look dry. Alright. So let's glue this pleco cave together. It'll be fun. Really fun. And I didn't measure, so I guess I can measure and make some marks so I have somewhat of an idea of where these go. I did 1.5 inches each one, so give us somewhat some guidance here. And do the same thing. They don't have to be perfect. Like I said, I'm not going for perfection by any means necessary here. We're just going for as nice as we can. Alright, we have reference points now. Let's continue to glue. Go back through and scrape off excess later, so this will be fine for now. honestly should have put it on the top and the bottom off rip. Put our top piece on to make it a little easier. That's alright, we'll just steady hand it. Those pieces this way. They're the nicer ones. Closer facing these pieces here. Guys, we almost have a pleco hotel. Hey, look, thumbs up, guys. What is up? We want to do this for quite some time now. We are making it happen. Piece has got a rough edge on it, which I don't think is going to be an issue, but this might teeter on that piece. Yeah, it's going to. So let's use that one last. We're going to have to break that down a little bit. So let's keep that in mind here. Let's use that one last. I'm going to have to kind of chip some of that off a little bit. I have to make a little more dust here. Set that aside. Let's find one of these for now. Go. So now let's put something in here like this. I'm going to do a thick layer up here. That way we make sure all our points make contact. Said we can go through and clean up anything by scraping it off, so it's not a big deal. We got little tails or whatever hanging off the end. I think these guys are really gonna like this. Get a little bit of some alignment here on these pieces. crooked. Just try to straighten them out a wee bit now. Heck yeah, guys. Yeah, I'll get you guys a view of the side of it in a minute here. Try to catch some of this. And we need our 3 pieces. A little more here. Second row. It's not where that goes. Ah! Man, guys, I'm already messing up here. It's alright. Scrape as much off as we can here. Be a nice shiny spot over here on the side. We're learning, so nothing wrong with that. Didn't hurt anything. You definitely need more adhesive on there though. That sucks. We got silicone all over our hands. It's alright. Facing out. Actually, complete the frame. This one needs to go here. Let's put this piece on this outer side here. We're learning. Definitely learning. Just go here. These are up higher by quite a bit, so we're going to have to put a decent bead here, because we have the edge on there. Fat bead on this one. Played with it too much. There we go. copper plate's not big enough for that? Really? Should be. How does that work out? We did half. So, it's 3 inches. What did we measure in here? Where did I go wrong? They're at 4 inches where they're at now. So I messed up somewhere. That's what it is. We have extra silicone on here. It's squared. Pretty much. 3 by 3. Like freaking Jenga. Ah, yes. Maybe the heat gun will help make this a little bit faster. Don't quite know. What I do know is it's standing as it is right now. Silicone all over my hands. And nothing's perfect. Which I don't mind that. I kind of like that it's not perfect. I'm trying to go for perfect. But I do know that we do have a pleco cave made out of slate rock. That's pretty damn cool looking. I'm gonna try to quick dry this just a little bit here, guys. I want to get some of this off my damn hands. Smooth fingerprints right now. That's what we have. Got it not perfect, but decent looking pleco cave. Oops. Look at that. Hi, Ava. What do you guys think about that for a homemade doohickey job? That's the first one, so first one's always iffy. Drop a comment, guys. What do you guys think? How's it look? Not bad? I don't think it looks that bad. Just don't want to touch my phone or anything until I get some of the silicone off my hand. That's good. You got 51 subscribers yesterday. So this first attempt at making slate rock pleco cave. I don't think it turned out too bad. I think if I had a saw and I put a little more thought into it, honestly, I think it would go a little smoother. Thanks for all the thumbs ups, guys. Alright. I'm going to take the heat gun to it, see if we can get it to cure a little quick. Just to kind of set up a little. I think they're going to like playing on this. I really do. Hope they like it. Let's see here. There's quite a big blob here that I'd like to just try to at least knock down some of it. Captain Obvious right smack in the face. I think it'll look a little smoother once it's in the water too. I don't think you'll be able to see any of the silicone really once it's in there. I like that it ain't perfect, you guys. You know what? I think the fry will enjoy the crap out of this. Gives them coverage, somewhere to go hide. Stay away from each other a little bit. I don't know if this is exactly working, but honestly don't know if you can cure silicone with heat. Probably not. While we're doing the rest of the live, we'll set this aside, let it cure. How to speed up the process of curing silicone.
To speed up silicone curing, raise the temperature, increase humidity, and use thin layers. For two-part systems, use accelerators or catalysts.
So
With
130 to
one part
150
silicone, a light mist of
degrees.
water or adding cornstarch can help.
Mist of water. So if we raise the heat up and add a mist of water to it, it should help it. I do have a bottle that I can use, a spray bottle. So let's work on applying heat first and getting it warmer. We'll start there. And then we'll spray some water on it. Who would have thought water would speed up the process, you guys? Not me. Alright. We got a little pleco cave. Hell yeah. I think the fry are gonna love this thing. Ava, what did you do to get more subscribers? We're just patiently trying to get this pleco cave to dry. Heat gun will probably run for quite a while on there. So it says mist water over it. What do you guys think about that? Should we hit it with a mist of water and see if that helps set it up? Why does it smell soapy? Soap in here. I think this is cleaner. I'm not going to use that. That was all natural cleaner that I almost used on it. Wouldn't have been happy if I would have actually did that. Check and see if our Amazon package is on its way yet, you guys. Let's see. Said by 8 o'clock. Did they sneak and deliver already? So there's a message from your Amazon driver. Package is on its way. For delivery. 3 stops away, guys. We got something new coming. Wow, heat gun's actually killing that battery pretty quick. Oh yeah, it's sturdying up. It's actually working. It is working. Let's put it on this side for a little bit. It's curing. It's definitely speeding up the process. Sweet. This battery's dying quick. I can hear the tone changing. It's definitely going to die really soon. Put the other one on. Load up my camera so I can see Amazon driver comes. Alright guys, I think we're going to end this live. We built our pleco cave. Let's get a little bit closer look on it. And I'm going to start another live with a different title. So we're going to do a different live with a different title. But there we have it. There's our cave for our plecos to play in. Like and subscribe. We'll be back on in a few minutes. I think it turned out lovely. I have zero complaints. Zero complaints on how that turned out. Especially for run number 1. I think the plecos will like it. Got some silicone on my skin. Run 1 for the pleco caves. Alright guys. I'm going to end this live and we're going to start another one here. So bear with me. See you guys in a few. Thanks for watching.